Okay, so A is the initial amount, also known as the starting amount, and which is your y-intercept, just like with linear. And B is your rate. So if your rate is less than 1, it is a decay. If it is greater than 1, it is a growth. And so your rate, if it's a percent, make sure you change your percent to a decimal. So start with number 4. So you put this in stat calculate, and what number? 0. And you would have got A equals 3 and B equals 4. So your equation is y equals, or actually f of x equals 3 times 4 raised to the x. And the other way you can write it is 3 and an asterisk 4 raised to an x, for multiplication. But you can't use x, obviously. So if you try number 5, you get an error. Not 100% sure why, but it's easy to do by hand. So A is your initial amount, your starting point, and your y-intercept is when what equals 0? When x equals 0 and when y equals 0? X. So this is your A, correct? And so your rate, you take 12 and you divide by 3. What do you get?
4.
4, and that's our B. What is 48 divided by 12? 4 also. So super easy to do by hand. So number 5, f of x. And so what's our starting amount, Alyssa? I just called. You're looking around. Okay, one next to you. Yeah. And so then you take negative 15 divided by negative 3, and what do we get? 5 raised to the x. So let me give you a minute, do number 6. And then we'll go back up. Juan, you want to share?
No. Thank you for asking, though.
Thank
you for asking.
Do you have it? No? What's our starting amount? Negative 1. And so negative 6 divided by negative 1, which is going to be the same thing as negative 36 divided by negative 6. And then negative 216 divided by negative 36, all equals what? 6. Yep. Okay, word problems work is similar. So if it is a percent, then you can either change the percent to a decimal and either add or subtract it from 1, or leave it as a percent, add or subtract it from 100, and then change it to a decimal. If it's not a percent, then you're either going to add or subtract it from a whole, which is 1. Or it gives you the rate. Those are the 3 different types. So first you look for the number. How many, let's see, boxes. How many boxes did we start off with? 250. Yep. So f of x equals, so 250, and then 7% per year, we're increasing. So are we going to add or subtract? Add, because we're increasing. So you either change the 7% to a decimal, so you move the decimal over 2 places, so 0.07, and add it to 1. So we started off with 250 and 1.07 raised to the x. Or you have 107%, and again, move the decimal over 2 places. And one of the things, if you were taking a test and you're unsure, put the equation in y equals and look at your table and see if it makes sense with the problem. So, what do we got? Popcorn. How many pounds did we start off with?
97.
Yeah, perfect. And 9700. And 18% per week, decreasing. So, you can move the decimal over 2 places, and it's 0.18, or you can do 1 minus 0.18, or 100 minus 18, and then move the decimal. So what's 100 minus 18?
82.
82. And then move the decimal over 2 places, you get 0.82. Whatever hurts your head the least. If you're using a calculator, it really doesn't matter. So 0.82 raised to the x. So if your numbers are going up and they're supposed to be going down, that would be an indication that that would not be your answer. Okay, rabbits, 1,038. And after X years, and what's our rate? Mm-hmm. Triple. Very good. 3, exactly. So 1,038 and triples. So 3 raised to the x. Questions so far? Easy peasy? Okay, number 1 again. And this one's a little bit different. So we have f of x again equals, we have 512. And what is the rate that they give us? So we don't, there's not a percent anywhere. So it must be written in letters.
8 of the 10.
So an eighth, is that 8 or 1 over 8?
1 over 8.
1 over 8. Okay, and we are doing what? Eliminating. So is that add or subtract?
Subtract.
Subtract. So we're going to subtract from 100 or from 1? 1, because an eighth is not a percent. And our answers, have they been in decimals or fractions? Decimals.
What?
Everything's been in decimals so far. So we need a decimal. So without going alpha x, do 1 minus 1 8. What do you get?
1 minus 1. 0.875.
There you go. You're on the roll. 875. Okay, number 2. So the cost of the SUV is $40,000. And we're doing what? Going up or going down 10%? What does the word depreciate mean?
I don't know. Appreciate?
So when someone appreciates you, that's a good thing, right?
That's bad.
Depreciate, it's bad, so that is going down. When something depreciates, it's going down in value. And as soon as you drive your car off the lot, it's depreciated. Okay, so we're going down 10%. So what's our rate?
Our rate.
10, 90, 0.10, or 0.1, or 0.9. 0.9, exactly. And raise to the x. So you can do 100 minus 10, which is 90%, then move the decimal over 2 places. 1, 2. Okay, so the other problems are very similar. I'll go ahead and post the answers for the others. Is there any more that you want to do?
No, we're good.
I agree.
I want to do my
So number 3 is one that I actually, it's you have to be careful when it's 2.75. I wanted to make it just 2.75, but you have to move the decimal over 2 places. So 0.275. And that one's an add.